diagrams. These all shows the behavior of the system.
Okay, okay. Good. And at the end, the interaction, what Ingole Bhaiya told in the last class, the interaction diagram, how the classes interacts among themselves. That is the interaction diagram. Okay. For these three different diagrams are there, but for the non-functional properties, there is no diagram. They are the
There is no diagram.
quality. They are the quality. If the software has the quality, then only it will sustain the competition. Otherwise, it will be thrown to the garbage. So no diagram helps, but it decides the important aspect for a software to survive in the competition or not. They are the what Depo Bhaiya told, the 6 non-functional properties. 6 properties.
Yes, sir. Security and reliability, availability, efficiency, scalability, and the last one, the fault tolerance.
So I will ask you what are the 6 non-functional properties all the time. Okay? Did you note down what he told? Did you note down?
Try to note down the non-functional properties. They are associated with any software architecture. Although that is not in providing any diagram directly, but these qualities are very much important for any architecture. First one is security. Next one is the reliability, then availability, then efficiency, then scalability, and the last one, fault tolerance. These are some quality parameters included or incorporated with any architecture to make it more qualitative.
Okay. Okay.
Next. Slide 3, please come to slide 3. So what is principle? It implies a degree of some importance. Principle means something that has some importance, that grants a design decision about the architectural status. It provides a design decision. It provides a good quality of documentation of the design decision about the status of the architecture. It implies that not all design decisions are architectural. All design decisions are not architectural. Which is properly documented, which design decisions are accepted properly for the architecture, that can be called as an architecture. That is, they don't necessarily impact a system's architecture. Depend on what the stakeholders defined as the system goal. Okay, so these are some. Which one is the principle? What is the importance? All design decisions are not always architecture. If it is properly documented, then only we can say it is a proper architecture design, and it will not affect our system's architecture. Okay. And according to some scientists and authors or architecturalists, architects, the definition of the PDD, principal design decision, of a software architecture. The principal design decision of any software architecture. According to Perry and Orr, the software architecture concludes the elements, the forms, and rationale. The elements indicate what, the form, how, and why. These are the 3 things we have to ask before designing any software architecture. According to Shaw and Garland, the software architecture involves the description of elements from which the systems are built. It has the interaction among those elements, just like component and connector. The patterns that guide their composition and the constraints on these patterns. According to Crockton, the software architecture deals with the design and implementation of the high-level structure of software. So, the design and implementation deals with the high-level structure of the software. The architecture deals with abstraction, their decomposition, compositions, and styles, then aesthetics. Aesthetics means how to make something more attractive, more beautiful. It is the beautification of any architecture. The abstraction, the decomposition part, then composition. Composing means first decomposing means we are splitting with some parts. Then at the end, after getting the solution, we are just composing it. There is a property composability, means to get our business works to be solvable with less time, we need decomposition. And to get the final solution at the end, we compose all the decomposed model. That is the technique. And the styles, what the styles and techniques are associated with any software architecture, and the aesthetics. Next, according to the temporal aspect, the design decisions are made over a system's lifetime. The architecture has a temporal aspect. Means temporal aspect means it is time related. According to time, the architecture will change. Just see to the next line. At any given point in time, the system has only one architecture. But with the change in time, the architecture will also change for that system. So it is the design decisions are some temporal aspects for the architecture. The next one is the prospective and descriptive architectures. What is a prospective? What is a descriptive?
Prescriptive.
Sir, sorry. Prescriptive, sir. Not prospective, it is prescriptive. Prescription and description, like that. Prescriptive and descriptive. Prescriptive means what we are designing prior to the design of the architecture. Descriptive means after the design, how it is behaving. So just go to the definition, then we will explain it with some architecture. A system's prescriptive architecture captures the design decision prior to the system construction. Means it collects some design decisions about the documentations before the system's construction. It is as concept or as intended architecture. What we are intending, it is not the final version. What we are intending in our architecture, it is defined in the prescriptive architecture. Then in the descriptive architecture, it describes how the system has been built. It is post construction of the architecture for a system. It is the as implemented or as realized architecture. Realized means designed, as realized or as designed architecture. Means as the important thing, two things, as intended and as realized. As intended means what you have planned, but prior to the construction of the system, that is our prescriptive architecture, and after the design of the architecture, when the system has been built, that is the descriptive architecture. See here. So clocks are connected. Okay. Some clock connections with the warehouse, then the not visible properly port, delivery port. Difficult to increase the font size in the PPT. I'm trying.
Increase the font size. Close the left hand side. They will close it left hand side. Yeah, increase the size. Okay.
This much possible, sir.
Okay.
So how the clock is connection according to the warehouse, their development and vehicle. See here, the important thing is the connections to the router. Router connection. Okay. Routing means to decide the path of a cargo. Here a cargo router you are using for the architecture as designed and as implemented. As designed, as implemented. As implemented means as realized. And the first one is the as designed. As designed is the as intended, what we are intending actually, and finally what it is realized. The two things we have to discuss. So first check here, then we will compare it with the as implemented. It is as designed. Design can be given by many architects, but finally how it is implemented, that is important thing. So here it is a prescriptive architecture, means as a designed architecture of any cargo routing application. How a cargo routing application works, proceed. It is a prescriptive architecture. Here look at the connections and all the components. Look at the components and their connections, how they are connected to the respective components in the designed part, in the prescriptive architecture part. The routers connects with the cargo router, then it will connect to the not properly visualized final delivery destination. Okay, graphics connection and graphics binding. Okay, see how the cargo connection is connected with the graphics connections, then the graphics binding. Now it is a comparison in between the prescriptive and descriptive architecture. The left side, what you are visualizing, as descriptive or as intended or the prescriptive architecture, and the right side is the as implemented or as realized or the descriptive architecture. Here to the vehicle there is no connection. During the implementation, the connection has not been given to the architecture after the development. This is the prior development, prior the construction of the software architecture. Left side prior to the construction, and it has, the right side is already a constructed system architecture. Okay, see how they are connected. All connections are equal, but if you will check in the third level, the warehouse, delivery part, port, and vehicle, some connections are missed in the implemented architecture, means in the descriptive, means there something differentiated.
Some more changes were desirable, so they incorporated the changes.
According to the desire, according to the desire.
It's a latter part when the final implementation took place. This is the implemented one. This is the designed one. Designed means
left side the design one.
At the left hand side was the prescribed. As per the doctor's prescription, they did this type of thing in the left hand side. But in the described, this is the described architecture. That means as per the actual description, some changes were necessary, so they incorporated some changes. This is a described one, right hand side, left hand side is the prescribed one. So we will be using these two terms very often, prescribed and described.
Okay. This in our next subsequent slide we will repeat with the words descriptive and prescriptive. Now here's something comparison. Which architecture is correct? Are the two architecture consistent with one another? Is the what the criteria they have used to establish the consistency, and what information is the answer to the preceding questions based on. So these are some issues in the prescriptive as well as in the descriptive. We are prescribe something, and at the end, after the construction or after the realization, something changes are desired according to the requirement. So these are some issues may happen. Then the architecture evolution. When a system evolves, means we need some changes for our architecture. Ideally, it is prescriptive architecture is modified first. What the existing one, what previously prescribed by the architects, first we try to modify it. And in practice, the system and those descriptive architecture is often directly modified. That happens because of some developer sloppiness. What has all developers has sloped or some inclination to the architecture is given or not. Then the perception of short deadlines which prevent thinking through and documentation or documenting. The perception of short deadlines with a limited deadline, very nearby deadlines. So it forces them to prevent the thinking through the documentation part. So, and the lack of documented prescriptive architecture. During the prescriptive architecture, the documentation is not, if not proper, then this type of situation may occur in the descriptive architecture. Then need or desire for code optimization. During the implementation, it is very much important to optimize the code. So when we are optimizing the code, our desire may change and this type of changes may come in the descriptive architecture. Then inadequate technique or tools support is if not available, then this type of change we forced to do. Means why we are changing to our prospective architecture, to the descriptive architecture, like that. So then what will happen? Architectural degradation. First two concepts we will discuss here: the architectural drift and architectural erosion. The architectural drift, it is the introduction of principal design decision into a descriptive architecture that are not included or encompassed by the implemented by prescribed architecture. Drift means something we are missing to our architecture that is not properly incorporated or properly included by the prescriptive architecture. If it is not properly architecture, so this type of architectural degradation may come. Then architectural erosion is the introduction of architectural design decision into a system's descriptive architecture that violates its prescriptive architecture. If there is some architectural erosion, means something changes is necessary for the architecture, the descriptive architecture violates it if the prescriptive architecture is not properly documented or properly designed. So these are the two degradation may happen. One is the architectural drift if all are not defined properly, and the next one architectural erosion, that is the which is not properly available in the prescriptive architecture. Then the recovery. If architectural degradation is allowed to occur, let we are allowed. What? Now the architectural drift and architectural erosion. If we allow for the degradation, one will be forced to recover the system's architecture sooner or later. The architecture may be recovered later or sooner. The architecture recovery is the process of determining a software system's architecture from its implementation level artifacts. The implementation level artifacts may be the source code, executable files, or Java class files. So due to these things, the architecture process has recovered sooner or later. Now it is an application view, the architectural view in which level? In the application level, implementation level of the application. In the application level view, okay. See how the labels are changing. It is not visualizing. Practically, it can be shown in the class, so it is difficult to show. It is the implementation level of the cargo routing application. In the application level, how the steps are changing according to the desire requirement. According to the requirement, how the steps are changing, and that is finally we are getting the descriptive architecture. So It is very, it is how it is showing. Now it is complex and incomprehensible. Now after evolution, the deployment. Deployments means to locate the architecture properly, to test and to used by the end users. A software system cannot fulfill its purpose until it is deployed. The ultimate goal is to fulfill our objective by deploying a software architecture or a software system. It should be deployed so that we can fulfill our requirements. The executable modules are physically placed on the hardware devices on which they are supposed to run. The executable modules that should be placed in our device, that should be present in our device so that we can run on. The deployment view of an architecture can be critical in assessing whether the system will be available to satisfy the requirement. So the architecture must be, it should be critically assessed. Which one? Our architecture. After the deployment, the architecture should be critically assessed to show or to know if it is satisfied to fulfill our requirements. What are the possible assessment definition? What are the assessment critically we are checking for it? One is the available memory. What is the power consumption? What is the network bandwidth so that it will be faster? How less power it is consuming means what is the battery power consumption and what is the size of memory. So these three things should be critically assessed. If these things are very much optimized, then we can fulfill our requirements. So it is this type of stages occur during the deployment. Okay, it is a deployment perspective. Okay, first one is the system state, then the business logic. Two things we have to discuss. Now the clock, if you will again consider the deployment part, this is the front interface of any architecture. The cargo routing application. It is the architecture of any cargo routing application. How it is the system state, then the business logic, and at the client, how you are using client users, how they are using it. The clock will connect to a system bus. The white space what you are seeing there, it is a system bus. It will connecting to a system bus, and from the system bus it will connect to the warehouse, the delivery port, and the vehicle. Okay. Now, the system bus will connect to the business logic system bus, where the cargo router is present, and from the cargo router, it is also connected to another sister bus component through the connector, and that will connect to the client user. That is the graphics binding or anything. Through the graphics connection, it will connect to the graphic bindings through the graphic connections. Then the elements of any software architecture. As a software systems architecture.
This is very important. This is
Yes,
very important.
very important.
Very important.
A software systems architecture typically is not a uniform one. So there is no some uniform path we are following for the architecture. A software systems architecture should be a composition and interplay of different elements: the processing elements, the data elements, and the interacting elements or interaction element. Three elements are very much important. While choosing to develop our architecture, we have to consider these elements very carefully. Processing element, the data element, or it is also known as the information or any state. Then the next one, the interaction element. These three things should be considered very carefully. Now, the first one, components.
So our architecture will be always centering around component, connector, and controller.
configuration, how they are configured,
How they are? We'll start with component.
components.
All that you will hear three words: component, connector, configuration. 3C. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
The components are the main parameters or the main elements of our architecture. They are connecting to other components with the connectors, and it should be properly configured. It does not mean that every component will connect to each other components. It is not like that. Which is the desired according to our architecture, we will just give the connection through the connector from one component to another component. The elements that encapsulate the processing and data in a system's architecture are referred to as software components. Okay. It encapsulates the processing element and the data element. Three elements I just told right now. One is the processing element, data element, another one is the interaction elements. Okay. So the component encapsulate or encompass the two elements just like processing and data in the system architecture, which is ultimately referred to as or defined as a software component. A software component is an architectural entity that encapsulates a subset of the system's functionality or the data, the informations. It just encapsulates. It just covers all the information or data. It restricts access to that subset via an explicitly defined interface. So it needs a proper port to access to another component through the connectors. It needs a proper port. Through that port, it can connect with the connectors. So each component has some accessing port that restricts access to subset by an explicitly defined interface, which is explicitly defined interface. It is just don't give any access for the connection. It has explicitly defined dependencies on its required execution and context. Means these are defining some components. The components are independent, but they are dependent with other components for the execution context. During the execution context, the components are dependent with other contexts. The components typically provide an application specific service. Okay. The main thing it is providing is the application specific service. The next one is the connector. It is which element? The interaction element. The connector obviously interact with other components. So complex systems, in this type of complex system, the interaction may become more important. The components has the processing and data elements, and the connectors has interaction element. It is very important for the connections, for the interaction, and challenging data functionality of the individual components. So to communicating or to connecting or to configure the functionality of other individual components, we need a good interaction in between them, and it is through the connectors only. Then definition: a software connector is an architectural building block that is tasked with the effecting and regulating interaction among components. It is effective and regulates the interaction. Very important thing. For the tags, it is assigned. Some tags are assigned to the connectors. Means it will interaction or connector means what? It is just passing the signals from one sender to receiver. We need some connection. We need some communicating path so that we can send the signals in that path. So the software connector is a building block that is tagged with. We are sending some tags with the form of signals that can affecting and regulating the interactions among the components. In many software systems, the connectors are usually simple procedure calls. Some procedure calls, by using that command, we are sending some signals or the shared data access. Shared data access means multiple number of components can access directly to the shared data. If not, that is not a shared data, we need a command. by accessing, by giving the command, we can access the access yeah, access the data, or by sharing it in a public place, we can access the data. Much more sophisticated and complex connectors are also possible. We need some sophisticated connectors so that the signal or the task that is carried out by the connectors that can efficiently communicated or configured between the components. The next, the connectors typically provide application independent interaction facility. It does not need any dependency of the application. So it is independent of application. It is application independent interaction. It provides the application independent interaction facility. So try to remember these important connectors. We will cover everyone. First one is also very important. These are some connectors. We will always repeat this or talk about this connectors. First one is the procedure called connectors. Try to remember the shared memory connectors, message passing connectors, streaming connectors, distribution connectors, and the last one, wrapper or any adapter connectors. These are the 6 important connectors. So some examples. There are other many more connectors are there, but these are some defined and more populated connectors. The last one is the configuration. 3 C's are very important during the architecture design. Configuration means the component and connectors are composed in a specific way. Through the, just like I told in the previous slide, it does not allow any access to the public interface. It need a authorized or any authenticated port by through which we can give the connection. Okay, it needs some authenticated port to access. It does not mean that to any interface I can connect. It is not like that. So these things are connected to a component. A connector is connected by some specific way to accomplish the system's objectives. Means the configuration means the components, the connector provides a connection in between the components. Then the definition. An architectural configuration on topology is a set of specific associations. It is associating the components between the components. It is associating the components and connectors of a software systems architecture. So ultimately 3 things: component, connector, and their configurations. These configurations should be properly defined. It does not mean that we will connect all the component and connectors. It is according to our requirement, according to the desire of the architect. Here, see some ports to access the components through the connectors. You can find the some ports like in that circle, some small triangles, and some other notations. It is defined how they are connected to provide a architecture. It is just a configuration, how they are connected, how the managers are connecting to the troop manager, and their repositories, their advisors, their other simulation agents, and ultimately at the end to the data repository. How they are configured, how each component is configured by the connectors. Okay. Then the architectural style. Style, one another thing. The certain design choice regularly result in solutions with some superior properties. Okay. So each design choice, each design decision needs its result or needs its solution with something good quality properties, or good qualities, some superior qualities. So for this we need some style for our architecture. These are compared to other alternatives, other solutions such as the elegant, how it is elegant, effective, efficient, dependable, available, or scalable, and so on. These are some quality parameters that are associated to increase or to enhance the superiority of a architecture property. Then the formal definition: an architectural style is a named collection of architectural design decisions. It is a collection of design decisions which are properly documented. These are applicable in a given development context. In a particular development context, we can apply the architectural styles. The constraint architecture design decisions that are specific to a particular system within that context. It elicits the beneficial qualities in each resulting system by including or by incorporating this architectural style to our design decisions. It can increase the benefits by increasing the qualities. Already told what are the qualities like elegant, effective, efficient, dependability, and available, scalable, or so on. Next one, the patterns. These are also some important thing. There is a set of architectural design decisions that are applicable to a recurring design problem. Why we need pattern? To make it recurring. Now, iteratively, we are designing our architecture. In our first phase, we design the architecture, and we need the same pattern for the next stage. So we need the recurring of the design problem, which are parameterized to account for different software development context in which that problem appears. So a widely used pattern in modern distributed systems in the three-tier system pattern are the science, banking, e-commerce, and the reservation system, for which we need some architectural pattern that can be used for the recurring design problems. If anything happens and any issues occur, by using the pattern, we can develop the architecture. So, three-tier pattern where the end user are the front tier and the back tier, which are the sender and receivers, and in between them another middle tier is there. A middle main is there in between a three-tier pattern. Think about the sender and the receiver, and in between them there is a middle person who is taking request, processing it, and again the back tier, and the back tier will reply to the front tier. It will send the response. The front tier contains the user interface functionality to access the system's service. So front tier we are using to access the system service. The middle tier contains the application of the major functionality that can process, and the back tier we are just connecting for the storage. Just you think we are connecting to the database storage. That is our receiver that is providing the response to us. And being in front tier, that is the end user that is interacting with the interface front user or the interactive user that can only access the functionalities. And the middle tier is a very important thing, that is the main in person or any middleware system that can contain the applications. And at the end, the vector application data access and storage functionality. Then architectural model, their views and visualizations. Architectural model, it is an artifact documenting some or all of the architectural design decisions about a system. Okay, it is an documentation, artifact documentation, a properly handmade document for all the architectural design decisions about a system. Then their visualization, a way of depicting some or all of the architectural design decisions about a system to a stakeholder. Then the view, it is related to the architectural design decision, how it is viewed. So three things: model, how it is visualized, and how we are viewing to it. Then architectural processes, it is the design, modeling and visualization, architectural driven system analysis, their implementation, their deployment, again execution. If any failure occurs, we will do the correction or error, we make it error free, then redeploy it and mobility. Some processes that are associated with a architecture. Then architecture based design for non-functional properties, it including the security and trust. These are the very important non-functional properties for any architecture. NFP is a very important thing, including security and trust. What are others? The reliability, efficiency, availability, scalability, fault tolerance. These are the 6 NFPs are associated with architecture. Then at the end, it should be adaptation. Adaptation means it must not be non-adaptive. It must not show any dysfunction. If any it is showing dysfunction, means there is something malware or any error is there. You have to change the architecture process and redeploy it. So it should not show any dysfunction. Ultimately, it is architectural adaptation. So who are the stakeholders in an architect? Who are the stakeholders? You can expect a short question, 2-mark question with a short explanation that who are associated with a system architecture stakeholder. First one is the architect, then the developer, then the tester who is testing it, then who are managing it or administration, then the customers, then the users and vendors who are retailing it the architecture. Means all are the stakeholders. So here in the basic concept, the main thing is to categorize a architecture as an prescriptive or descriptive. How in the prescriptive? We are just intended, means it is a as intended architecture. It is a as designed architecture, and how it is changing after the execution of the source code. That is the descriptive architecture. It is a as implemented architecture or as realized architecture, and each architecture has some components, their connectors and the configurations, and also they have some styles, because by adding these styles like the efficiency, evaluation, the how it is elegant, how the non-functional properties are associated with an architecture. So these are some styles. Then the patterns. The pattern is also important. Pattern means if you have the pattern, then at the later stage you can design very fast by recurring the architecture. That is the pattern. Then what are the processes associated with an architecture, and who are the stakeholders associated with the architecture. Okay. By this is the end of PPT 3.
Okay.
Okay.
So in the next class,
We will go for
we will
design.
have
Very interesting thing.
chapter 4. Well,
Chapter 4, it is the design part, designing the architecture. What the
design.
concept and what the issue and how we can make it efficient. We will just discuss in the next class. That would be on the, I think, 5th.
And in that we will have those styles. Those styles we will study. We will study styles in next chapter. They are very important. We need to follow one of the style while designing any software. Okay. So we will be covering styles in the next chapter. Style. While covering
Yes,
while covering the style, we need to connect the components and connectors. So one diagram, Debo, you go back. Debo, you go back. Go back.
yes, sir.
That big diagram. Component connector with the port and roll. I'll ask them to study. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go. Yes. Wait. Next. Debo. Next. No, Dodge. Connection. that diagram. No.
This one, sir.
No. Jude,
Slides.
right, go back.
Sir,
Not
press
back.
descriptive. Press.
After. Yeah, that big diagram with next. After. Now you are going backwards.
Slide 22, sir. Slide 22.
Slide 22. Yes. You see, in a particular style, the components and connectors are connected. Okay. Just look at some orange color boxes. What are those boxes? You go through them. I will ask you. In component, something orange color things are connected. One is called as, I am telling those. You have to understand those. One is called as a port. Another is called as a roll. So where is roll? Where is port? You go through it. I will ask you. And another word I will be using, color and collie. Right, Deba?
Yes, sir. Color and collie.
These 4 terms we will be using next class. They are connected in a particular style. These components and connectors. Connectors are the horizontal ones, the flat ones. They are the connectors.
Yes,
and the rectangular ones are the components. We need to connect them with a particular objective and following one of the styles. In the next class, we will read the styles. And how they are connected? They are connected at some point called as roll. One point is called as port. Another will call, another will receive. Color and collie and port and roll. Okay? Where port is, where roll is, we'll talk in the next class. You have to tell me first. Okay, that's all today.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm Siddharth Rautray, sir. Sir, I due to network issues, I joined 10 minutes late and I missed the roll call.
Last class also you were late. Last class, how can we expect that every day?
Siddharth, you do one thing.
Yes,
When
sir.
your class is going to be started from 4:15, you try to be online from 3:45.
So
Then
actually
only
my
can
data got
then
exhausted.
you can meet that time at 4:15. And if you
Yes.
try at 4:15, then you will try you can join only 4:45. It may be 4:45. So try you sit from your system from 3:45. Okay.
Yes.
If you will
Yes,
stay, if you will be connected from 3:45 with online, then only you can meet the class at 4:15.
This is the next time this will not happen.
Okay, that's all today. So you, Siddharth, you tell us how to connect the components and connectors using ports and rolls. Okay?
Okay, sir.
You explain to other students using
Try to design a architecture how the port, rolls, color and collie are associated with the component connector connection configuration. Okay. Just
Okay.
do a architecture and try to represent on that day.
Okay, sir.
and learn how to use a blackboard. Okay?
You can use or you can share it. He can also share it and share and explain.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's all today. So what I mean to say is be careful, be regular, don't be irregular like some of your friends are becoming Asim and some of your friends are becoming irregular. That I don't want. 18 students are only there. So it should have been 18 minus 2, 16. 16 should have been there. 5 boys are bonking. This type of attitude I don't appreciate. We never encourage that thing. Our class is 100% full all the time. The students join here 5 minutes before. It is the culture here. Why students join in a good institute? To learn the culture, to learn the art of discipline. That is the advantage with a good college. So you better learn it. I don't have to tell it all the time that don't behave as an indisciplined boy. Okay, that's all today. That's all.
Please go through this chapter 3, very important, about the prescriptive and descriptive architecture. Okay, very important, interesting and important thing. And what is taught in the online class, please go through at least once with your subject matter, means from the book as well as the PPTs what is given to you. I think Subham Ingole has given to you. So from the PPT as well as from the your book, software architecture book.
Have you got any book by now? Anybody has got a book or nobody? Anybody has got a book?
Yes, sir. I have got a zip file.
Zip file. No. Any physical book? Any physical book?
Sir, I have ordered it from Amazon. I will get it soon, sir.
What's your name?
Sir Chandrakant.
Chandrakant. When Chandrakant has ordered, why Andrila is not ordering? Andrila.
Sir, only few books are available there, sir.
So why?
One or two.
So
Yes, sir.
try to
Ignole sir
try
actually
to
said
catch it
that he
first.
will.
Why?
Share.
Why this
Catch
type
it
of
first. You are the
madness?
smarter one.
Catch it. Catch the book. If one or
Catch
two is.
it.
Uh,
Catch it faster. You are also the smarter one. Why always saying the few books? I know few books are available. From the few, why are you not grabbing it? From
why,
the
why
few,
you are sleeping, Andrila? Why you are sleeping?
No, sir. Ignole sir has said that he will share the PDF of the book.
No.
you are software engineering students, and these books are very important for your lifetime also. In your entire life, you will go through this type of books only. Software architecture is a very important book, and you should keep it as a handbook for you.
Who will tell you this sentence? I told in the past class. Already some 2 weeks are over, I think. This casual, careless attitude because you have grown up in a bad college. That's the reason. Sir, our teachers were not putting pressure. That's the reason. You don't want to improve yourself or what? Sri Lanka, you are not improving yourself, Sri Lanka.
If you will show your interest, then only you can grab it online. I know less number of books are available, but still you can find. You are also the smarter one. You are not the class 5 students. You don't are digitally. You are illiterate. It is not like that. You are the first. Why? That is not a complaint for it to get the book.
रणवीर, आप रास्ते में क्यों घूम रहे हो? रामगढ़ में किताब नहीं पढ़ते हो? रणवीर सिंह,
Yes, sir.
आप दूसरा आपके साथी लोग किताब खींच के ले लिए, आप मुंडी काम नहीं करता है? पढ़ने की कोई इरादा नहीं, कचरा कॉलेज में पास करके आए और यहाँ तो थोड़ा सुधर जाओ.
Yes, sir.
यस सर. बाकी लोग आपके दोस्त लोग सब खींच रहे हैं किताब. एक
Try
तरह
to
का
collect it from local store or online. The two alternatives are there. From your local store if it is possible, or try to. And you have to keep the book. Very important. Software architecture book. And don't give any alternate, give any choice or any option or any alternatives that I didn't get. Everything you are achieving from online, this book you can also achieve, but you are not showing your interest to purchase it.
Okay, that's all. They have never felt its requirement in their BTech program, so how they will feel the requirement today? That the bad grooming they have got. Bad grooming. Okay, that's all. Next class Monday. Okay, bye. I will not take an interest if you don't take any interest. That's the whole sad thing. Okay.